Hello and welcome to another podcast episode from the Daily Weekly Podcast. I'm joined today by Natasha and Bradley, and seeing as it is the spooky season, we thought we would go through some of our most beloved and also most hated horror Halloween-y kind of films. We thought we would compare the originals to the remakes using stats, facts and our own opinions. So
let's get into the video.
Let's get into it.
Say, you did that really well.
I did that
Stats,
so
facts
well.
and opinions.
Yeah, I love that.
Alright, professional.
I know.
Showing off.
I wish I had this ability to do improv when it came to GCSE drama, because they used to go, right, Rachel, improv, and I just stand on stage like,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Also,
did GCSE drama.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
I got a C.
Look where we ended up.
I know.
How pathetic.
So, I love Halloween.
Me too, it's my favourite time of year.
It's my absolute favourite time of year. Bradley is not into the spook.
No, I'm much more of a Christmas person. So when we come around to doing our Christmas episodes,
This will be him.
oh yeah,
But-
He'll be in the middle with his Santa hat on.
With his nose and a little beard.
yeah.
Yes, regrow the beard and dye it white.
Yes.
That's the plan.
Oh my god, you could take the food colouring out of that Jolly Rancher. You just take the food colouring out,
And spread it in your beard.
smush it in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, we're going to be going over the originals and the remakes and just seeing who was more successful at the box office as well as with critics. So, our first one that we're going to be looking at today is, of course, Halloween. So the original was made in 1978. Everyone sort of has heard of it, even if they haven't seen it, i.e. Natasha. And it is the franchise that made Michael Myers famous. Okay? So actually, I wasn't aware of this. There was a remake in 2007 and the 2018 film, which I remember coming out fairly recently. I thought that was a remake, but it's not. It's meant to be a sequel
Ah.
Yeah.
to the
was the
1978 original. Yeah.
They made sequels after the first one, but they'd say, oh, they don't count anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually write it on here. Oh, yes. So the latest film, the 2018 film, is the 11th instalment in the franchise because there are so many sequels, so many spin-offs from it. And there is due to be another one coming out this October. So it'll probably be already out by the time this goes out. But yeah. So and I think that's meant to be another sequel to the 2018 sequel. Okay, so would you like to say some facts?
I can say some facts.
Because I just feel like otherwise it's just going to be me talking
I've
for an
never
hour.
seen it, so I feel like I can't comment on this
I
whatsoever.
haven't seen it either.
No, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. You failed at the first hurdle, but it's fine.
Yeah. So,
I won't be able to comment on the second film
It's
either.
bold.
yeah, thanks for that, Rachel.
So that you could find it a bit easier.
Did you do that deliberately?
I did it for you.
Wow,
Really?
box office, it got 60 to 70 million.
That's
Yeah.
not a lot.
Well, 1978, come on.
Yeah,
that's
a
a
pint
lot.
of
That's a
beer
lot
was
back
like
then.
a penny. Like,
Yeah, that's a lot.
in 1978, 60 to 70 million dollars was a heck ton of money.
Yeah.
And it is considered one of the best films of 1978. But what did the critics think?
Bradley?
Well, I know this because I was there. And back in 1978, Rotten Tomatoes, the average rating for it was 8.63 out of 10. That's very precise.
That's good. That's good, isn't
That's
it?
good.
That is
Rotten
really
Tomatoes are brutal.
They are.
They are. They are.
They're
Wait
very
till you
brutal.
see what they gave to 2007 remake. And it is considered a cult classic, and it has inspired many, many other films and
I'd say
series.
so, yeah.
Yeah. What about the 2007 remake?
Oh, wow.
Well, the box office for the 2007 remake was $80.4 million.
Which is still a lot of money.
It's a lot,
Yeah,
but
then
for
if
the
you
time.
At the time, and then compare it to how much the original made.
And the
it's
original
not-
made 70 million, yeah.
back 30 years before that. It's
Yeah.
not great.
No.
So realistically, with inflation, they made less
Yeah.
I think
on
so,
the second
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the Rotten Tomatoes.
The approval rating was 27%.
See, Rotten Tomatoes are brutal.
They are so brutal.
So I'm
Yeah.
surprised I got 8.6 out of 10 on.
For the original.
Yeah.
And it was called another bloody disappointment for fans of the franchise.
Oh wow.
I wonder if they was bloody deliberately there.
Of course they did. It's a
course.
slasher.
Well, okay.
So what is Halloween about? Explain it to people who are dumb like me.
It's literally like Michael Myers is the guy that goes and kills everyone, and I think in the newer one, Jamie Lee Curtis tries to like fight him back. I haven't seen them in a really long time.
Yeah, I think so.
But no, she tries to like fight back, and obviously goes a bit skew-with.
Right.
As it does. Obviously she survives because there's another one coming out this year, but...
Thanks for the spoiler there, Rachel.
You're welcome.
There could be like flashbacks.
There could be
Prequel,
flashbacks.
I don't know.
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis... This is like the film that everyone knows Jamie Lee Curtis for, I think.
It's one of the biggest
Don't even
things.
know.
she's ever
Yeah.
done.
I'm gonna. I'll know the face. Hold on.
You will. She was
I'll do a
also
little
in
Google.
A Fish Called Wanda, wasn't she?
Yeah, that was another good film.
That was a really good film.
Oh my goodness!
You do know her.
Of course, she's in Freaky Friday.
Yeah, and she's in Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
That's a Halloween... No, it's not.
It's
It
not.
sounds
It's
like it
definitely
could be a
not.
Halloween
I mean,
film.
Lindsay Lohan is in it, so it could be.
We're not
someone said-
saying anything.
Did you, speaking of Lindsay Lohan, I know that's not the topic of this video, did you see a recent interview she had? Well, it wasn't very recent, but they were just making fun of her rehab, the whole interview.
No.
Awful. I can't believe they got away with that.
That's awful.
Yeah, she took it very well, though.
Oh, was that on American
Congrats.
TV?
Of course it was on American TV. You would never catch.
No.
It was the guy with the grey hair, kind of like a crap Jonathan Ross. Yeah.
Jared Leto.
I don't know.
Sounds like Jared Leto.
No,
No.
that's not him. He's a different guy.
Anyway,
Oh.
it wasn't on the late
I know
night
who you're
show,
thinking
put it
of
that way.
though. The name sounds familiar, but that's not that guy.
Yeah. So, and then so it did have a bit of a dip during that time. I mean, there were so many sequels out that I think it kind of lost its scareability. Like, you know, when a series
I feel
comes up
like-
so much, you get desensitized to it.
Yeah, I feel like horror films, it's now hard for them to be scary. I do not get scared by horror films now. 'cause
I don't
You've seen it
know.
all, haven't you?
No, they don't
Do you know
bother
what I
me
mean?
whatsoever.
I don't feel scared by horror films. Sometimes I feel tense. Like, I'm like, oh, do you know what I mean? So I watched the other day, it wasn't a horror necessarily, but it was Poseidon, which is like Titanic but scarier, and I just felt anxious.
The only-
I didn't feel... Poseidon.
Yeah.
Good film. Emmy Rossum. She's brilliant, love her.
Only thing that I don't like is the sea, so that is one thing I wouldn't be able to watch.
Oh, is it?
that
The
is
sea.
boat that gets
The
you.
Sea.
Yeah, like deep
Poseidon's a really
water,
good film.
not for me.
But I wasn't scared or anything like that. Like, there were some scary moments, but I wasn't scared. I was more anxious. And I feel like that's me with horror films nowadays.
Yeah.
It's more like you're anxious for the character than you're physically scared, like a jump scare.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell you something about the next one on our list in just a second, about when I watched it. But the 2018 sequel did have it was a bit of a hit, safe to say. It earned $255.6 million at the box
Oh, wow.
office, and the Rotten Tomatoes rating is 6.8 out of 10. It had generally favourable reviews, but I think there was certain complaints about how repetitive it was. It's like same shit, different day.
Yeah. I mean, I know they made, how much? 255 million, but how much did they spend? How much was the budget? Did it look like a high budget movie?
True.
I don't know, I've not seen it.
I reckon it's more like in the actors you're going to pay the money, because it's
Yeah.
like just in like a standard American house,
Oh.
basically.
So maybe the budget wasn't too...
No,
So maybe they did
no.
make a good profit from it.
But when you compare it to the other two,
Yeah, that's incredible.
it
That's
did
an incredible job,
really,
so.
really well. Okay, so I feel like I need to rewatch them before I say which one I prefer, but I will likely say the original because it was such like a
I don't think anything could beat an original. Like,
true.
every movie. Although, the only one I have for the sequel is better than the first. For the only film I believe this for is Toy Story 2. Better than the original.
I agree.
I didn't even
You
know.
should have been on our podcast.
I didn't
episode
even
where
know.
we discussed movie sequels better than the originals.
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't know that Toy Story 1 existed until I got older. Because I'd always watched Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toy
Anyway.
Story 2 is brilliant. Chucky. So I only watched my first Chucky film the other day, and I watched it before bed, which is what I was alluding to when you were like, oh, they don't scare me anymore. I was like, yeah, no, I literally watched them before bed and they don't bother me at all. And I you know, live in my mum's house or sleep on my own. It just doesn't terrify me at all. So Child's Play came out in 1988, and then the reboot Child's Play, ironic enough, came out in 2019. There are 4 other films in the franchise, but they are all sequels of each other. So 2019 was the first remake of it.
Oof, 1988, 44.2 million
At the box office.
That's awful.
Think about the time.
I mean, but go back to Halloween, it's similar sort of time, even earlier in fact.
Yeah.
And they earned, what, 70 million?
Yeah.
So that's not great, is it?
It's not as good, but what do you think, Brad, just having a look at that? Are you alright there? Do you want us to wake you up a bit?
No, I'm alright.
You're tired.
I'm good. I'm just drifting here because, I'm just here digesting the facts, learning something myself. So,
Is it bold?
yeah, I don't know what you asked me what I think about.
No, I'm asking you to read the facts.
You asked me what I thought, didn't you?
I said, what do you think? Look at the facts.
Yeah, so I thought you were
Look at
asking.
the
I
facts.
thought you were asking for my opinion, not what the facts say.
Shall I just keep going? Do you want to go?
Well, this is
What the
this
fudge
is a
is
Rachel
going on?
episode.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Go on then.
So, pretty good. They had a Rotten Tomatoes rating of 6.31 out of 10.
More than halfway.
Very specific. Quite
Yeah.
good. Cheerfully energetic horror film is how they rate, they
How they described it.
yeah. 2019 is meant to make the reboot of the whole Chucky franchise again.
I think.
What do you mean you think? We're in 2021.
Well, because they've got like Child's Play, Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky. They've got loads. So I don't know if they're going to reboot all of them or.
Why is it that Chucky and Saw, are they similar in any way?
No.
Because in Saw, don't they have a guy on a bike?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
I
they've
went
got
on
Jigsaw.
I went on a ride at Thorpe Park called Saw.
Yeah.
And I loved it. But
Yeah.
are they similar?
No, because Chucky doesn't ride a bike. Chucky's just a doll.
Oh, I thought he
He
rode.
doesn't ride a bike.
I thought he rode a bike.
He can't ride a bike. He's meant to be a toddler.
But he sounds.
I need
a lot
to
older
change.
than that.
I need to change my Instagram caption because I think there's a picture of me as a child on a bike, and I put Chucky or something like that. So I might.
Yeah,
change
no, Chucky doesn't ride a bike. Chucky possesses others.
He wields knives.
It's
He
always a
wields
doll.
knives.
Why in loads of horror movies is it's either a serial killer or a doll?
Do you know what? Oh my
It's
god.
like generic trope, isn't it? Oh, let's
It
make it
is.
scary.
But did you know that I've got 2 little cousins, one called Annabelle and one called Charlie?
Oh,
like Chucky.
Jesus.
I know. I've been
You
eating
throw
them.
them in the bin.
No, they're beautiful. They're so much nicer than these Annabelle and Chucky's. And yeah, the 2019 box office, it was did slightly better than the 88 version. It earned 44.9 million at the box office, but it only got a 5.8 out of 10 Rotten Tomatoes rating. Again, I think it's just...
That did awful.
It did awful. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to sugarcoat it.
44.9 million in 2019.
Yeah, it's pretty...
I know that's a lot of money, but
compared to other films.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a lot. It's a bit poor, really, isn't it?
Avengers Endgame broke over $1 billion in that same
Yeah,
year.
literally. I mean, the quote that I've got here from a review, it says that nastier, more playful, and just as good, if not better, than the original film. So I think people did like it, but...
I think with a lot of horror films is that they're not really what massive audiences want anymore.
No.
No.
Like they were the big thing back in the 80s.
Yes.
and
Yeah.
Now they're not. So
It's
they're,
like the popcorn flying in the air.
yeah,
I'm
there is
scared, I'm
still
scared.
the audience for them, but like it's been done.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Every horror film has been done now, so nothing scares me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? My sister was terrified of The Woman in Black. Hated it. I watched it. I was like, it's not even scary.
We had
There's nothing about that film that is scary. There was like a jump scare in it, and I was just sat there like.
Talking
She didn't see it for
of
a
drama GCSE, we studied that as a play.
Yeah, Woman in Black. I
Yeah.
went to go and see it, and it was scary in theatre because the woman walks down the hallway, and
I'd love to go see it in theatre.
oh, it was brilliant. It was really good.
I love The Woman in
The Woman in Black, and it was in an actual haunted theatre that I've been and visited.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
Yeah, I've done a ghost hunt there.
Yeah, I feel like it's very hard to convey scare these days because, you know, we've seen everything, we're desensitised to everything.
Films I like are ones where you're panicking. Like, you're panicking for the character. Like Poseidon, I was genuinely panicking for the character. If you're not panicking for the character and it's all about jump scares every 2 seconds, like...
Yeah.
There's not... And I want to be screaming at the screen, run! Like, come on, run! Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm not doing that, then I'm not really interested.
Yeah. Like, more of like a thriller.
Why do characters in horror films always make stupid decisions?
They do.
That is another thing. Oh my gosh. So I watched this thriller the other day called Room, and it starred Brie Larson in it, and basically it was a bit of like a Joseph Fritzl situation. Like, she'd been kidnapped, raped.
And lots of room with her son.
Yeah, and on his 5th birthday, she
rolls him in a carpet.
And they tried to escape. And like, that made me think, like, oh my god, get away. And that was really tense.
Makes you,
Yeah. But I still
because you're panicking for them.
She
pretends he's died, and she puts him in a...
Yeah.
Room is really good, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to watch Room.
I want to go back to Room.
I know. So interesting. So yeah, that's how Chucky was. I mean, I watched one of the new ones the other day. It wasn't scary, but like, for what it was okay.
Was it funny? Was it badly funny? Or was it trying?
No, like, it wasn't that bad, but I don't know. I think because they made Chucky, like, obviously with like CGI, how they made him talk and stuff, it was a lot less realistic. I can imagine it being done with like a real doll, a lot scarier. But I think the CGI kind of ruined it for them.
CGI ruins every film.
Yeah.
That's a fact. It ruined Twilight.
Everything.
That stupid CGI
Twilight.
baby. Did you watch Twilight? Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
You see
CGI
stupid
baby.
CGI baby. Honestly, it looks ridiculous. It's the butt of the joke in the movie world.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's
looking.
awful.
It's very weird looking.
They couldn't get a real baby. It was just bizarre.
I know, you think with their
How could they
budget,
not?
just pick one up.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Why not?
Another absolute cult classic is Friday the 13th.
Love it.
I love Friday the 13th. It is very much same thing in each film, but I quite like that. The whole series has 12 films in it, and I was thinking, I've only seen the first 3, but then I didn't realise that the 12 films include all the Jason spin-offs. So I've seen like Freddy vs Jason and that sort of thing, so I have seen more than that.
Wow.
They've got a game for it now as well, haven't they?
Have they?
Yeah,
Have you not played it? It's a really good game,
very
actually.
good.
It's pretty good.
So you played it?
Yeah.
I didn't take you for a gamer.
Yeah.
Really?
Have you played The Last of Us?
Yeah.
I love The Last of Us. I really want one of their pendants. Did you not know?
No.
Got an Xbox. I used to have a PlayStation. I want to get a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, PlayStation is better.
PlayStation is better, yeah. But my boyfriend at the time had an Xbox, so...
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that.
I have
Gamer
no
girl.
idea about any of that.
I like GTA. That's just so fun. You should just run around, just do what you like. It's just freedom, isn't
Yes.
it? Yes!
Oh, that makes me happy.
The Friday the 13th. I've also... Outlast is a good horror video game. I've got that on my Xbox. Have you played Outlast?
No.
Really
I
good.
love the way you say that, though.
I know,
What?
Outlast.
Outlast.
Not Outlast.
I don't know.
Say it again.
You and
No,
Outlast.
I'm not saying it now.
No, I don't mean, I'm not bullying you. It just sounds, I like the way you said
Bullied.
it. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Outlast.
I'm really bullied now.
We're all
Thanks,
going to say
guys.
Outlast now.
Outlast.
Outlast.
Anyway.
I
Okay.
didn't say it like that.
You did. You went instead of R.
Oh, sorry.
So the original Friday the 13th came out in 1980, and then the reboot came out in 2009. The 2009 one actually came out on my birthday.
No way.
Friday the 13th
Special.
of February.
Friday the 13th.
I bet they were just...
Because your birthday is on the 13th of February, but sometimes it'll fall on the Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
It's
So does this
good.
film
So they
mean
release it, but do they only ever
It
release
means
it on
so
the
much
Friday the
to me.
13th?
I guess they really hope for that, yeah.
They push for it to be on the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Just thought I'd throw that fact in there.
But it didn't, like, the film, like, that one. And
When
it's
was your
just so,
8th
they just got weird, didn't they? I haven't seen them, but I heard they just went in a really different direction as they went on.
So, a lot of... Sorry, I am going to get comfy. So, a lot of the complaints is that it is the same thing in every film.
Yeah.
But also, the fact... it's like the same formula. So it's like all these like horny teenagers go to camp and then they all get murdered.
Damn horny
What year
teenagers.
did it
Damn
turn
horny
8?
teenagers. 2009. Was it on a Friday?
It was on a Friday the 13th.
My 8th birthday.
Wow.
Did anything bad happen?
Probably had a panic attack. I probably cried. Sorry.
I
Yeah.
interrupted, apologies.
No, it's fine. Because Linda Gross of
4.3.
Los Angeles Times, I want to say, said that the 1980 film was silly, boring, and youth-geared horror.
But isn't that the point? It's for youths, really.
Yeah.
It is for youths, and it's meant to, like, relate
It's
to
about
them.
youths.
The 1980 film on Rotten Tomatoes received the rating of 5.9 out of 10, which I think is our
That's not
lowest
bad.
original yet. But yeah, it's still not awful. But yeah, it's just...
It's more than half.
It was aimed at teenagers, and I suppose a lot of people who watched and reviewed it in 1980 were adults and journalists and stuff, so that's probably why. But then, when you look at the 2009 box office, what did it get, Tash?
It got 4.3 out of 10.
In the box office?
Oh. In the box office, it got 92.7 million.
So that is like...
Check me out.
It is like nearly double the original, but again, think about time, think about inflation. Still not
Yeah,
brilliant.
it's not great, is it?
No.
Hmm.
No.
I feel like none of these are
Have they made
great.
any since 2009?
They made the game.
Yeah.
They made the game about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3? Yeah, about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and like you
It's
said...
a really good game. Like, you've got to run around and like find bits and pieces to kill and like defend yourself. Torches. It's good, isn't it?
Ah.
Oh, so
Very
the
good
game,
game.
the
You
game
played?
that came out
I've seen
of
bits
it's
of it. My
good.
brother's played it.
It's a good game.
So the game that came out of it was good, but the films itself weren't
Yeah.
brilliant. And the Rotten Tomatoes rating for the 2009 film was 4.3 out of 10, as Natasha suggested
As I
earlier.
said earlier, sorry, I was reading
No,
the notes.
it's okay. I did also make a note because I'm a massive American Horror Story fan. Have you ever seen American Horror Story?
No.
You ever seen American Horror Story?
I've seen some episodes of the first season.
I saw Maddie Ziegler was a weird creature in one of them.
Okay, that's disappointing.
Sorry.
So in the 2019 series, which is called 1984, it's a series heavily based on slasher films like Friday the 13th and Halloween. And I just thought that was important to put in there because it's literally like, it's 1984. There are all these like camp leaders and they're all like teenagers and they're going there to set up camp for the kids, and they all start shagging and then they all start getting killed.
Exactly.
And yes, it's got that same sort of formula, so I just thought I'd put that in there. But that was actually the most successful one out of everything here, in terms of Friday the 13th, because on Rotten Tomatoes it got 3.9 out of 5. What would that be out of 10? It'd be 7.8 out of 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, that did really well in comparison, but to be honest, American Horror Story smashes everything it does. Love American Horror
Not with me
Story.
and Bradley, clearly.
No,
Never seen it.
no, I love it. Anyway, do you want to talk about this one? So you actually can.
Yeah, I can talk about this because
Yeah, me too.
I've actually seen it. Ghostbusters, 4 films in total. Does that include the one that hasn't come out yet?
No.
No.
Whoa, look at this.
What are the 4 films?
1, 2,
Yeah,
the new one,
The women one.
the woman one,
yeah.
there's one more. Oh, maybe it does include.
It must do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They were going to make a sequel, well, Ghostbusters 3 back in the day, but it never really happened.
Yes.
And then they made that into a video game.
Oh, that might be where I'm getting confused.
Box office, 1984, it made 295.2 million.
Which just absolutely smashes everything
that's
else we've already
incredible.
spoken about at Park.
Yeah.
I think because it was, it's a horror film, but it was also not. It's not the same as these others. It's more.
It's more fun, isn't it?
It's
Do you know what I
fun.
mean?
Yeah.
It's family friendly.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It came under family Halloween films when I was researching.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Yeah, I would. Speaking of Ghosts, have you seen Ghost Town by Ricky Gervais?
I have. Love that film.
Do
I
you?
haven't watched that yet.
I got halfway through it.
Do
I
you
haven't
like
finished it. I wasn't like obsessed.
It-
But it's good.
It's very Ricky
I like the
Gervais.
concept. Yeah, it is very his
style
humour.
of
Yeah.
humour, which
Do you know what I love of his? Afterlife.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I also love The Invention of Lying.
Oh, that's a good.
Brilliant film.
Film. Yeah.
Absolutely
Have you seen
amazing.
that,
The world's gonna end if we don't have sex right now.
Rachel? Okay.
No,
No,
time
I
to
haven't
get to a
watched The
motel.
Invention of Lying.
Oh my goodness,
that's
so good.
But I do love Afterlife and I love The Office. And I
Afterlife
love
is amazing.
episodes. I love the series he's done more than his films.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sorry. keep
Sorry,
going.
speaking of ghosts, I just thought I'd bring that up.
Back to Ghostbusters. Yeah, so the first one came out in 1984, and then we had that god-awful female reboot in 2016.
It wasn't
Oh,
god
see-
awful because it was female.
Yeah, that's not the reason. So this is
No.
my thing. Oh, why are they making it about female?
No,
No, let's get more women in films. Let's stop making it all male-centred. I'm sick of seeing women in crap roles where they're always being rescued by the men. I'm sick of it. It still happens to this day.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. So yes, amazing. Put the women in Ghostbusters.
However,
Correct. It was a crap remake. It was
It
all
was
bad.
That's
rubbish.
what I don't. Yeah, I didn't mean it was bad because it was all
but
female.
you not
but
necessarily you, but everyone seems to say it's bad because there's females in it.
yeah, a lot
That's-
of people
It
do
was
say
just.
that.
It was just poor
Have you seen
writing
that-
and directing that ruined it.
Have you seen that? It's like a meme that's like, oh my god, they can't have female Ghostbusters. The feminists are taking over. I'm an adult virgin. That one. Have you seen that?
No, but I like that.
I've seen that.
So ultimately, the 2016 Ghostbusters struggled because of the legacy of the original.
Yeah, that's a big thing to live up to.
Yes, absolutely.
But
It did still do well,
should-
but
They should leave films like that to rest.
yes, absolutely.
Don't make a second one. You know?
I can understand why they want to, because obviously we have better technology now than they did in 1984, was it? In 1984. We have better technology and stuff, but there's something good about the graphics of those times.
Yeah,
Like-
like Jaws, it's a classic, isn't it?
oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know the shark? It looks horrendously fake, but it's just brilliant.
It's like all the old Batman films as well from like the 70s and that. Like they are so bad that they're good and they're classics now. So yeah, that's why that one struggled. Which one did you guys prefer, the original or 2016?
Have to be the
Original.
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
doubt.
always.
Can't not be the original.
No. Well done, Rachel.
Right,
You put a
well
lot of
done.
work into this episode.
I really enjoyed it. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
I hope
Thanks for
having me on my own show.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. It was
Yeah.
nice to say a few lines.
Thank
At
you
least you got
very
to hear
much.
something. Yes, thank you so much for listening. If you have, don't forget to let us know your favourite Halloween horror kind of films if you want to. Do you agree with these ratings that we have here, or do you think